It's your host Varian for another episode of the Daily Snap Picks. Today is Wednesday, June 27th, 2018, and we're going to pick which news articles are going to make our newsletter. Only 5 news articles can make it every day. Let's pick the top 5. As usual, we start by looking at the most shared news on Facebook. So let's look at the first one here. Supreme Court rules for anti-abortion clinics. Whoa. First Amendment rights. The Supreme Court ruled California cannot require clinics that serve pregnant women to provide information about available abortion services elsewhere in the state. That's incredible. That is definitely news. Pawn Stars Richard Harrison, known as the Old Man, died at 77. It's entertainment news. It's and as per usual, it's hard to put entertainment news into the Daily Snap. Because people have very different interests, unless there's an entertainment that a huge portion of the population enjoys, like Game of Thrones or Star Wars, something like that. Hello Kitty bullet train unveiled in Japan. That sounds really funny. I'm just gonna open that for later, maybe. Trump advocates depriving undocumented immigrants of due process. Okay, Trump articles. We avoid Trump articles because otherwise you'd only see Trump on the news. Hurry to shift production out of U.S. Okay, that made it to the Daily Snap yesterday. More Trump. This made it 2 days ago. Harley stung by tariffs. Okay, that made it yesterday. Executing them. Okay, that was about the Facebook post. We saw that yesterday. Iowa Rep. Steve King says heading towards another civil war. That's kind of crazy. And it's something he's saying. It's a fear. Politicians talk a lot. If there's actually a motion in progress or something they're voting on, it makes sense. But if it's just talk, it doesn't seem like big news. A new supervolcano. Yeah, that made it to the Daily Snap yesterday. More Trump news. Laura Loomer confronts Maxine Waters. IG reportedly made a secret tip to his homeland Kenya ahead of separate plans. It doesn't seem like big news. Barcelona plotting to hijack move to Liverpool target World Cup. How China got Sri Lanka to cough up a port. What? During the 2015 Sri Lanka elections, large payments from Chinese Port Construction Fund flowed directly to campaign aids and activities for Mr. Rajapaksa. Wow. Initially moderate terms for lending a port project became more onerous as Sri Lankan officials asked to renegotiate the timeline to add financing. And as Sri Lankan officials became desperate to get debt off their books in recent years, China's demand centered on handing over equity in the port rather than allowing easing of terms. That's really interesting. Peter exposed Flint water crisis, shares story of resistance. Okay, that sounds interesting. But I bet this is an old story, the Flint water crisis, so I don't know if it's big news. Republicans ask Rosenstein for names of everyone. Okay, more Trump. Let's look at Reddit. Let's find some articles there. More Trump. Growing supply of marijuana in Colorado leads to lower prices. I mean, it's just the pricing of a good. It doesn't seem like big news. It's like, the price of oil doesn't make the Daily Snap that often. Why should the price of marijuana make it? FTC won't be neutral on net neutrality. Yeah, we saw that yesterday. It's a big maybe on this one. Bombshell study proves fracking actually fuels global warming. That's not news. Everyone knows that to be true, or should know that to be true. Dow drops 400 points as Trump reportedly plans to curb Chinese investments in U.S. tech. Wow, that's is it? Are they really linked? It's Trump related. We said we'd avoid Trump. Here's Trump again. GOP candidate civil war. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. Demanding House vote on net neutrality. Open Internet defenders gear up for nationwide day of advocacy. Open Internet defenders gear up for net. Okay, so it's preparing for defending net neutrality. Facebook is reversing its ban on cryptocurrency ads. Interesting. That's a potential one. Laura Loomer confronts Maxine Waters. Okay, that was on the other one. Supreme Court rules against California law targeting anti-abortion. Yeah, that's making it. White one sides Trump calls Arabia. Okay, more Trump, more Trump. NSA hidden spy hubs. Okay, yeah, we saw that the other day. It's not really news. Race to watch in Tuesday's primary races to. Oh, okay, it's just a highlight of different political races. North Korea making rapid upgrades to nuclear reactor despite summit pledges. Well, that's interesting. I mean, new Texas poll shows Ted Cruz should still be worried about. Okay, it's more political races. Facebook, okay. Show North Korea upgrade. Okay, well, that gives us definitely at least 5 articles to work off. Let's kill the FTC one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all different sources. That's great. So first article: Supreme Court rules for anti-abortion clinics' First Amendment rights. Second is Japan unveils Hello Kitty themed bullet train. Third is how China got Sri Lanka to cough up a port. Fourth is Facebook is reversing its ban on some cryptocurrency ads. And fifth is North Korea making rapid upgrades to nuclear reactor despite summit pledges. So there you go. That was pretty quick. Thank you very much. Leave me a comment on if you think I went too fast, or if there's some news articles I skipped over, or if there's some news articles you think shouldn't have made the Daily Snap. Love some feedback. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.